keep your head down and just work hard because your work is going to speak for itself. If nobody's told you this before, I'm here to break it to you. Work does not speak. Work and the work you do, the effort you put in, the sacrifices you make to show up the way you do and deliver the results that you must will never stand up in a room to tell people how it came to be. And so the art of learning how to talk about what you do, the impact that that work has, the way in which you do it, it's something that pharmacists are absolutely terrible at. I had a preceptor tell me once, pharmacists are really, really good at being very quiet about how good they are. And it's a really profound statement because I think it's true. And it starts at this level when you are applying for a residency and you are applying for a fellowship and you cannot figure out a way to be in front of people or meet somebody and clearly engage in an intellectual exchange with that person about what you do, how you do it, and the impact that that has had, right? And I think it's very, very important that we get clear on the fact that it's a societal standard and it all stems from a lie that we really bought into and believed, especially I feel like millennials. I feel like Gen Zs may be a little bit better at this than we are, right? Because even when you look at the way Gen Zs surface online and what they talk about and how they practice and all the ways in which pharmacists make a difference, right? This is all part of being able to represent yourself and demonstrate what you can do and what your level of training and experience really affords you to be able to contribute in helping other people meet their healthcare goals, right? And so this is really how this emphasis on humility tends to surface for us and impact the way we show up in competitive spaces like residency or fellowship or job applications. Reality is, with everything that I've understood as a person who's had to fight through their own issues with being humble through everything, is that humility really is just masking a fear, right? Instead of me thinking that it's easier for me to believe that I'm not good enough for something than to think that I'm really that girl. And then having to deal with of delivering consistently and backing that up, right? But if I play it really low key and I'm really humble about being that girl and I fail at it or I'm not able to back it up, in my mind, I convinced myself, well, at least I wasn't out there boasting about the fact that I am the queen of match and the way I help people figure out residency. No one else can do it at my level. So it's a fear thing, right? And it's taken me years to be able to talk about myself that way and engage with people in that manner because, I want to be modest. Society expects me to just let them give me my flowers, but I should never, heaven forbid, should I go into the garden myself and pick the flowers I want and come into my house and put them in the vase of my choosing myself. Right. And so it really is just a thing that helps us mask a fear that we have about taking ownership of our own greatness and taking ownership of the fact that, yes, I've invested a lot of time and energy to get to this level. I should be very comfortable with sitting in that power. But more importantly, I shouldn't feel anything about talking to people about factual things that I'm not talking about delusions and delusions of grandeur and people just thinking that there's nothing under the sun they cannot do. That's not what this conversation is about. This conversation is about the things that you have in fact accomplished and done and your comfort, okay? And taking your power back and talking about those things in an objective manner. That's what this combo is about. And so I want to challenge you to reframe your understanding of humility a little bit.